So EJ, you started your career obviously much different point of the franchise than where it is now. You actually, by getting traded, helped the team get to a place where they're still winning. What's it like to come back after all these years?
Yeah, yeah, it definitely means a lot, and this was a situation I've always, wanted to be in and looking forward to, and they got a lot of talented guys, and I think I kind of fit the mold of, how they play and how they do things, and it's great to be back.
Why is it a situation you always wanted to be in?
Yeah, playing at the highest level, right now, for sure, a playoff team, and they're a championship caliber team. You got a lot of talent on this team, and whenever you have a good team like this, things can come a lot more easier than when you're on teams that are trying to figure out ways to win. Or
what is that feeling, that contrast, to go from such a youth movement to a team that's ready to win right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about having good minds alike and try to strive for one thing, and when you have that motivation, then you have a chance to, be efficient and do things at a high level.
Eric, I feel like at your age, you don't see a lot of guys still be as downhill of an attacker as you are. What's been the key to you? Obviously you can shoot the ball, but you remain. I think when you played them a couple of weeks ago, you were getting the paint with ease and scoring. What's been the key to that? The downhill attack you had?
Yeah, with a young team, maybe the movement of ball movement and all that. So whenever you get it, you gotta make things happen. And of course, when you're on better teams like this, things come to you a little bit easier. And those are things I needed to do for me to and the team to be successful. You gotta be able to create your own shot. You gotta be able to knock down shots and just always be ready and be on the move for whenever you get the ball and have that opportunity.
And with this team not really having a traditional point guard, Lawrence talked about how they just wanted to improve the top 8 or 9 on this team. You're obviously a guard who has that downhill presence. So how do you see yourself fitting from that perspective? You and Norman, probably two of the best attackers on this team right now.
Well, being with those guys, I think you need more of a floor spacer. Those guys are going to operate. They're going to be playing one-on-one some. And with me, I've played with players that have had the ball. Whether it's James Harden, whether it's Westbrook or Chris Paul. So I know what it takes and know what it's like to be on the outside of that. And like I said, I can still create my own shot, and that's what you're going to need to have to do when you have those guys on the floor. So just making the best opportunities when you do have the ball, when you have the group, but those guys can create easier opportunities for you too.
Eric, you feel like you're a point guard?
I can be. I did a lot this season with this team. I mean, with the Rockets, and I did pretty well. And I've always been playing 1 and 2 throughout my whole career. And if I'm playing 1 here, I think I'll be able to space the floor and create easier opportunities.
Eric, you mentioned floor spacing. Lawrence, Frank, the other day mentioned how you take some of the deepest threes in the league. Do you think when the topic of floor spacing gets brought up, around the league, people only look at like shooting, but don't look at like the distance of shots that can create even more space for people?
Yeah, for sure. Because if I'm on the floor with Kawhi or something, he gets the ball in the post or something, I'm gonna expand out, and he's gonna clearly see if someone's if a double team's coming my way or whatnot. And I believe in taking deep threes because whenever you catch the ball, it's more of an open shot instead of worrying about the distance of the shot.
Eric, this team came in with championship expectations and then obviously felt the need to make 3 key moves to the trade deadline. Having been on championship teams, what do you feel like championship contender teams that this team might be missing, or what you guys kind of can add to this group around Kawhi and PG?
Well, all I know is what I can do, and I can space the floor for them, and like I said, I can create my own shot, and I see that they switch a lot on defense. I've been doing that past 7-8 years, and I guard bigs too. So, like I said, you got to have a two-way mindset playing offense and defense, and I think I'm able to bring it.
You've been in Houston, I think, for like 5-6 years. 7 years. Wow. I feel like your name was always kind of involved in trade rumors, especially around the deadline. Like, is it almost like a sense of relief to know that something's finally gone through and you're on a new team that can contend now as well?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's been floating around, you know, probably for a few years because I was the only real veteran on the team the past 3 years there. So, of course, it's going to be, you know, an odd situation when you're looking at that when they're rebuilding. And so, yeah, I do understand that part. But, you know, like I said, it's always good to be in this kind of situation where you have a chance to do something special.
Eric, there's a lot of fans still here that really fell in love with you during your first stint with the Clippers where you started your career. Do you have a particular moment or memory or favorite game or something that stands out from your first go around with the Clips?
Man, there was a lot of them. I think, you know, when I was here, we got better each year, and you know, we weren't really a good team, but we were at least getting better, and I was thriving here also. So can't pinpoint just one game, but my career did take off on a good start here.
I actually wanted to ask you about that point you made specifically. Your last season here, that was Blake's rookie year, and obviously you guys still weren't, like you said, a great team, but it did feel like the trajectory was starting in the right direction. Did you feel that way as well, where it's like, yeah, you guys were making the playoffs, but you know the optimism was actually kind of starting to emerge?
Oh, for sure. It was clear cut that we were getting somewhere. You know, we showed a vision, and you know, got cut short when I got traded, but at the same time, I had a great time here, and you know, like I said, it was all about me personally being better and the team being better. So it was, you know, I had a great time.
You spent some time with Rocco in Houston. What do you recall about your guys' time together there?
Yeah, you know, Rocco's is, you know, great teammate for sure. Good floor spacer, and you know, you just need to use him whenever he's on the floor. And but you know, he's for sure a great teammate. I'm pretty sure everybody else would say the same.
You mentioned playing with James, Chris, and Russ, three kind of ball dominant guys. What do you think you learned from those stints that can be applied here with Kawhi PG?
Just, you know, I would say other guys outside of them would need to make, you know, like quicker decisions, you know, being ready to shoot, be ready to drive, and that's what because they're going to command a lot of attention, and whenever the other guys get the ball, it's making the right decision at all times, trying to make lesser mistakes, because when you have the ball, you guys are going to make mistakes and all that, but other guys around can't make mistakes, and you got to be aggressive.
What's your range like? What's the farthest you're comfortable from taking a three?
No, I would say I shoot as deep as the best of them. You know, I've been doing that my whole career, and you know, I just don't plan on stopping.
Eric, you're coming here with two other guys from two other teams, and Mason and Bones, guys who are different positions, different places in their careers. How much have you gotten to connect with those guys, and what kind of connection are you hoping to build, including those guys, as y'all try and establish yourselves on this team?
Yeah, Mason, he's, you know, very established big guy. You know, he's going to fit in wherever he goes. You know, every team he's been on, he's fitted in, and he definitely will fit in here. And Bones, you know, young guy, he's already been on the winning team, so he kind of now is, you know, here he's still figuring out himself, but he's a good, young, talented player. And but you know, like I said, we're all here to, you know, try to expand on what they've been doing and try to be better.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.
Let's get ready for Hoop Jab.